Welcome back, fight fans, to another episode of GTS Combat. And yo, it's your boy Jimmy, back once again, looking ahead to another highly anticipated fight. This time, the main event of UFC 271, and it's gonna be on, I believe, February 12th, 2022. Sounds about right, I believe. And it's gonna be headlined between the return of Bobby Knuckles, Robert the Reaper Whittaker, taking on UFC middleweight champion, the last stylebender in Israel, Adesanya. So let's get into it. I'm sure you're all aware, this is a rematch already played out, I believe it was, at UFC 243. And it didn't really go too well for old Bobby Knuckles over here. Unfortunately, he got knocked out twice in one fucking fight, and it barely even went 2 rounds. It's a bit disappointing, isn't it? But yeah, so hopefully Robert Whittaker can come in with a whole different sort of approach. I feel like he was rushing in too much in that first fight. It's kind of like Israel Adesanya was the matador and Robert Whittaker was the bull. He just came kind of fucking bombing in, looking a bit reckless, trying to get in close. And then Israel just kind of stepped to the side, boom. Step to the side, boom. Just catching him, you know, just counter-punching, just kind of skirting around the outside, letting him come rushing in. And yep, just slip out the way, boom. Knocked him out twice, like I said, end of the first round, got saved by the bell. And then not too long into that second round, sparked clean out. And it was unfortunate because I'm a big fan of old Robert Whittaker. Bobby Knuckles, he's my guy. I do rate him. I do like his whole sort of laid-back, chilled personality. Doesn't really give a fuck. Just comes in, wants to fight. That's what he does, you know. From fucking Australia. But, yeah, big fan of Israel Adesanya as well. You know, you got to give mad props to everything he's achieved coming from the, you know, kickboxing background. I know he had some sort of mad kickboxing records. And then, you know, stepping into MMA. Everyone's kind of going to know his approach. He's going to want to keep it standing, want to kick your head in, want to punch your face in, that sort of thing. But he worked on his takedown defense and he has been very successful in the middleweight division. Hasn't lost in his MMA career in the middleweight division. Only ever lost to Jan Blachowicz quite recently when he tried to step it up and go up to light heavyweight. Obviously, that was prior to his last fight when he defeated Marvin Vettori in a rematch there. So that's what I mean. He's almost starting to lap the division now at middleweight. That's why he was looking likely to take that step up to light heavyweight. And if he was successful there, would have had another champ. And who knows what Adesanya would have been doing now at this moment. Could have been going back and forth between divisions. Who fucking knows? Could have fought John Jones. Maybe it would have enticed him to come back down potentially. But here we are once again with another rematch, which is looking likely to be happening quite frequently for old Adesanya. You know, he wants to see some fresh faces. Maybe a Jared Cannonier or Darren Till can put a few fucking wins together. Otherwise, it's looking like he'd potentially be facing off with like Derek Brunson or something, which is another interesting matchup because old Derek is coming back with a vengeance, just taking man down, ragdolling him, and dominating him on the ground. So, stylistically, could be a bit of a concern for old Israel if he can't, you know, stop them takedowns. But at middleweight, he's been very successful at stopping the takedowns. So, who knows what Whittaker's approach is going to be. He can't come rushing in again, just looking to land shots. Because I feel like Adesanya's got the reach on him. He's that bit more rangy. He's just going to, like I said, be a matador, just slip off, boom, catch him again. And I hope that isn't the case. I hope we do see a much more sort of closely contested fight between the two. You know, there's a bit of a... It's a bit of like a friendly rivalry. I wouldn't quite call it beef. It's kind of like they're each other's nemesis. It's kind of clear that Adesanya and Whittaker are the elite of this division. So I think Adesanya just gives props to Whittaker to say, like, I know, I just know you're a step ahead of the rest of this division, but I feel like I'm a step ahead of you. So that's how it looks from the outside especially. But I'm hoping if Whittaker can get this win, yeah, and creates a trilogy between Whittaker and Adesanya, Australia and New Zealand. Maybe if COVID start fucking off, they could actually host the trilogy in Australia or New Zealand. What a fucking event that would be. It'd be massive. So I'm hoping Whittaker can make some adjustments. I'm hoping he brings a whole sort of well-rounded mixed martial arts approach. Even if you can't get Adesanya down, just throw in the odd little takedown, get him thinking, maybe get him dropping them hands. Maybe, you know, already looking to get the underhooks and then boom, come over the top. You know, you feint one in, boom, over the top. That's what I'd love to see. I'm no coach, so me saying this Whittaker's obviously not watching, but, you know, if he ever did, he'd be thinking, I'm going to take advice from this donut. But yeah, it's hard to kind of see what Whittaker can do, you know, massively to really get his arm raised in this fight. From the first fight, it's hard to kind of envision Whittaker getting his arm raised after getting knocked out twice in one fight. But I'm hopeful. You see what he's done since his loss. He has, you know, strung, 3 wins together since he lost to Adesanya, beating Darren Till, Jared Cannonier and Kelvin Gastelum. Them opponents are no joke. And, you know, Darren Till one was pretty close. The Jared Cannonier one, I would say he was pretty much dominating. He hurt Jared Cannonier, but then he got hurt in I think the final round himself. I think Jared did catch him with something in that final round. And then the Kelvin Gastelum one, pretty unanimous, just dominated. But, you know, Kelvin Gastelum's still a tough opponent. But Israel Adesanya, it's just different gravy. He's a different level. It's like these guys are world class. He's elite. And then Robert Whittaker's somewhere between world class and elite, I suppose. Because like I said, he's just above the rest of the pack. But he seems to just be falling short of Israel Adesanya, in my opinion. I'm hopeful that he can get his arm raised. I'm hopeful that we can at least see a much more closely contested fight. I believe that is going to be the case. But I just think Adesanya is going to get the better of him still. Hopefully the fight goes a bit longer. Hopefully we can see a bit more action between the two rather than just Adesanya, you know, playing matador, counter-punching, knocking his ass out. But I'm still probably going to have to, if I was putting money on it, if I had to bet my house or gun to my head, who am I picking? It's going to be Adesanya. And I would probably say 3rd or 4th round knockout. Whittaker probably won't be as reckless. But I feel like Adesanya will catch him at some point, unfortunately. I do like both guys, but I'm a big fan of Whittaker, as I said. So it's hard for me to want to say this sort of stuff. It's hard for me to want to bet against him, man. Man, it's just emotional, isn't it? But, yeah. That's going to be my prediction. Israel Adesanya, 4th round, TKO, or if not, knockout. That's going to be my official prediction. Let me know your predictions in the comment section below. I've been your boy Jimmy. This has been GTS Combat. Make sure you're hitting subscribe, because this year onwards, we're going to be trying to get the content out there for you guys. So, stay tuned for more. But anyway, like I said, let me know your predictions in the comment section below. I've been your boy Jimmy. This has been GTS Combat. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till next time.